enchanté stranger. Glücklich zu sehen, je suis enchanté. Happy to see you. Bleibe, resta, stay. Wiedergaben.
Hi, my name is Tim Vincent and I'm playing the MC in Cabaret. Cabaret is a show about a group of people who are living in Berlin, Germany as the rise of the Nazi Party takes place. And it's kind of just like a really surrealist, dancey show about kind of what happens when you allow yourself to turn a cheek to what's going on in the world and allow people who are doing evil things to kind of take control. And it kind of just shows you how easy it is to get caught up in your own life rather than kind of paying attention to what's going on in other people's lives. And so it's just a really interesting show.
She's clever, she's smart, she with music. Woo! She doesn't smoke or drink gin like I do. Yet when we're walking together, they sneer if I'm holding her hand. But if they could see her through my eyes, maybe they don't understand.
The entire cast from top to bottom is just so perfect, so well cast, and everyone's just really putting their heart and soul into making this story come to life. So I'm really excited for people to see it.
I understand that objection.
My name is Brittany Atwater. I play Fräulein Schneider. She is the business owner of the Nollendorf Platz, which is where some people rent rooms from her. She is a very all business woman until she falls in love with one of her renties.
You have to explain it. Are we too old to use words like love?
Far too old. I am no Juliet. You are no Romeo. We must be sensible. It's not an up show, right? It's not one where everyone's gonna leave all happy, joy feeling. It's not that. But I hope that the audience will leave thinking about what we're trying to present on stage, what Cabaret is, what it stems from, the storyline, and just really consider all of those things and hopefully take a little something away from it. Lord, like me, with neither the will nor wish to run from tired like me, who hurries for bed when day is done, who wise like me, who isn't at war with anyone, not anymore.
You say, man?
I wanted my pudding back.
You know pudding's my favorite snack, right?
Me too.
I know. She told me the story.
You took my pudding. I gave it.
You know pudding's my favorite snack too.
Are you making fun of me?
Two, because you're closer. Oh, but don't come. Please. You like spin? Oh, dear. And then, now we're getting closer. Don't.
Yes!
Sweet potato, keep this from the meter. My dog is not against the wall. You can tell my papa that's alright, 'cause he comes in here every night. But don't tell mama what you saw.
What are we doing? We are alive! And for goodness, it is 4 months. So if you were to...
Hi, my name is Robbie Soto, and I play Herr Schultz. He is in love with the owner of the house that rents to everybody, and he's just so sickly sweet and so nice that you can't help but love him.
How the world can change, it can change like that. Just one little word, Mary. See your palace rise from a tomb that due to one little word married.
I think one of the best things that he says in the show is mazel, that's what we all need. And I think it's so, you know, it's that one moment for Schultz where he's been so happy and just so, you know, bouncing off the walls and excited for life that, you know, he realizes that, like, okay, this could be bad. And it's now, you know, becoming more apparent that it's going to be bad. And, you know, he's, at the end of the day, he still says, I'm a German. And I'm as much of a German as anybody, and I think it's so cool of the character to say, you know what, this is my country. I don't care what these people say, and I'm not going to leave. And it's even asked if he would go to America ever, and he says, it's going to pass. I'm a German, and I know Germans, and I'm just as German as anybody else. And he just has a certain strength about him that keeps his happiness going. That's been really fun to explore and get used to. And you know, I see a lot of myself in Schultz too.
My name is Stephanie Heward. I play Fräulein Kost in the show Cabaret. And she is what our director likes to call Chief Morale Officer for the lovely sailor soldiers of Germany in the setting of the show. So I unfortunately side with the Nazi Party in a lot of the characters' beliefs and actions. So.
Und das Grau in Grau, wieder fein blau, wie noch kein Grau jemals war. Und da steht man da, sagt wie sie liegt, ja, heut fehlt mein Traum nicht so grau in Grau.
Nothing really changes throughout time. The same issues that we deal with today are the same issues that were being dealt with in 1930. The same discussions we're having, they just have different faces on them. Everything is really just the same. And beyond like the big encompassing plot lines, it's really like the nuances of like jealousy and infidelities and different things with like emotional stuff of things that the characters deal with.
The biggest challenge for me was, first of all, I have not done a show in a really long time, you know, because of the pandemic, of course, but I haven't trained in dancing since high school. So getting back into dancing, it's very Fosse inspired. It's very, it looks like it could be at a competition. And so I struggled with trying to make myself look good. I had to get my flexibility back. I had to get my confidence back. And we go upside down on a chair, so that was pretty tough too.
To be on stage with Tim because he is one of my favorite scene partners to have, and to be in so many scenes with him uninterrupted. He's such a diva, and I love being on stage with him. It's so fun to get to like play off of him and get to like throw things back and forth at each other, especially when
show is got to be all the dancing. I love dancing on stage. It's my favorite part of doing any show. And this show has, you know, a good amount of fun dances to it. So I just like shaking the body, you know, getting on stage, enjoying my life, and having fun.
My nephew! Remember!
Oh, come, we talk outside. We are bothering here, Bradshaw. Oh, and take your nephew with you from Hamburg, eh?
The Kit Kat Club is so happy to welcome back.
It's very, we've discussed this before, it's a very intimate show with the way the scenes are set up. With the theater, well, it's good in a small theater, but performing on the Maryland stage, you can set it to have an intimate experience. And it's one of the very few shows actually that doesn't actually have a happy ending, but the story just takes you along with it. So it's a very entertaining show to watch.
My new face.
Taught, you mean?
Oh, is that so shocking, Fräulein Bowles?
Oh, what's shocking is that nobody can seem to see that I am trying, against all odds, to give this seedy dive a bit of allure.
Allure? Our customers hate allure. We even try to mop the floor and they complain.
Oh, but darling, lots of people come here because of me.
My name is Paige Taryn Brees, and I have the pleasure of playing Miss Sally Bowles. Sally Bowles is a firecracker of a character. She is an English woman who has moved to Berlin to just live her life. She wants to have fun, she wants to experience pleasure, she doesn't want to be tied down to what any person says her life should be. And she finds a job at the Kit Kat Club where she performs and is adored by the people who come to see her, and she just revels in it. She loves the attention, she loves the praise, she loves the validation, and she just loves the spontaneity of it all. So Sally Bowles is kind of the heart and the life.
But I do what I do. When I'm through, then I'm through, and I'm through. Toodaloo. Bye, mein lieber Herr. Farewell, mein lieber Herr. It was a fine affair, but now it's over. And though I used to care.
I would say my favorite part about Sally Bowles is that she honestly does not give a single care what anyone else thinks of her. She is herself through and through, and she stands strong in her convictions, and she won't let anyone else tell her who she is. And I think that that is a very strong lesson for every person to hang on to, that it's so important to really know who you are and to be unapologetically yourself.
With whom I shared 4 sordid rooms in Chelsea. She wasn't what you'd call a blushing flower. As a matter of fact, she rented by the hour. The day she died, the neighbors came to snicker. Well, that's what comes from too much pills and liquor. But when I saw her laid out like a queen, she was the happiest corpse I'd ever seen.
In this really incredible town, and she skillfully managed to make her way into my room. I have a terrible feeling I've said a dumb thing. Besides, I've only got one narrow bed.
We'll think of something.
My name is Matty Montez. I'll be playing Clifford Bradshaw in Cabaret. Clifford is a closeted homosexual who leaves his life in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to go seek the city life of Berlin, Germany, immediately before the overtaking of the German government by the fascist Nazi party. It's a juicy part. Being in musical theater as often as I am, I very rarely get to do any play work or any characters that really have a dense subject matter to them, let alone a very heavy subject matter, historically speaking. So I think that's it. I think there's a lot to dive into this Clifford Bradshaw character.
Is it because politics? If you were German, you would understand these things.
Go to hell.
But this is upsetting. I am your close friend, Clifford. So fond of you. I have sent you many new students.
Yeah. I didn't know much about Cabaret before I auditioned, but then seeing so many productions of it, reading about the real Cliff in this show, it's a very interesting dynamic to have to play a gay man in that era. There are several parts in this show that allude to him running away from his queerness and him actively resisting that queerness. But historically, this Cliff, he married a man and he lived happily ever after. But seeing that very small scope of time while he is really struggling with the life around him, the politics around him, his sexuality, wanting to be want to live a more exotic and exciting life outside of a potentially rural, boring Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Happy New Year. Cliff, this is Berlin. Be yourself.
If in your emotions you begin to sway, when to grab some air or grab a chair to keep from fainting dead away, it couldn't please me more than to see you clean. Money, 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 money,
It makes the world go round!
We are going to the party.
I think we might skip that.
Turning over a new leaf.
I'm turning over a new tree.
And you say you are turning over as well?
Who knows? Cliff and I may turn out to be two of the most utterly boring people you've ever met. Just came to snicker. Well, that's what comes from too much pills and liquor. But when I saw her and she was the happiest corpse I'd ever.
So if you're walking around with it, you can not spell it.
The whole bit. Sally, do this one thing for me.
The happy day. Who does it resemble? Max. Max, a horrid little German infant with a moustache ordering us about.
Even when I'm crying crazy and I got more problems than the human in me. Bling, bling, nails, so that's the goddess of you. You could have had a bad bitch, not for nails. Happy with you go. Give me one dance and you won't.
Cabaret is such a sad music.
Shut up.